Hey Virgos, welcome. This is your career and finances reading, and we're going to see what you have going on and what may be coming towards you and get you some messages of clarity and guidance. And remember, these are timeless readings, so anytime you come across it, there may be messages here for you. So let's see what we have. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords here. What else? So I feel like you are coming into some new strategies or ideas or plans as it relates to building out and continuing to grow your finances. So you may need to do a little bit of trial and error, do some testing here and there and see how things work out. Also run it through your heart space. So make sure that the ideas that you have, the decisions that you make, you run them not only through the intellectual space, your crown chakra, but also through your heart space, your heart chakra. So you may want to just take a moment and reflect on them, do some meditation or whatever your self-care practices are, and see how you feel after you do that. See if it still feels good to you. And then always follow your intuition. Okay, then we have the Hermit here as well. Yeah. I mean, you definitely cannot make this stuff up. We have introspection. That is the Hermit card. And again, with the just running it through your heart space, your chakra, your crown chakra, and reflecting on it, meditating on it, and seeing, like, is it right for you or is it not right for you? That'll help you decide. Okay, so we have Seven of Cups here. So you may have a couple different options available to you. All of those options aren't the best for you. So this is about really taking that time to reflect and to evaluate these options and the benefit that they could provide, and then deciding again what is right for you, what avenue you want to go down. Okay, so we also have the Five of Swords here. Okay, what else? What else? Okay, so I feel like you may be just in your head a little bit, kind of trying to figure out what you want to do. And for some of you, it is a little challenging, but for others of you, this is just a part of your process, and you like to evaluate things first. You like to sit on them, as people say, which basically just means you like to take your time to think about things and think things through. So there's nothing wrong with that. So again, with the running it through your head and your heart space is showing up here again with this Four of Pentacles. But I also feel like you'll want to do, so what is this here about, like the giving and the decisions that you're making here? So I feel like there's a message there. Okay. Yeah, use your intuition. Allow your intuition to guide you, because there will be things that will come into the light, basically. So there may be some things that you're not necessarily aware of about all of these different options, but taking your time, reflecting, doing your self-care practices, doing your meditation, however you're connecting with Source and your higher self and your guides to receive that guidance and that reassurance and the direction is what you're being guided to do, because that's where the answer lies, within you. Okay, so let's put this over here. And what else do we have for Virgo? What else? Thank you. All right, so you have Two of Pentacles. So yeah, you definitely need to make some choices here, but I feel like if you follow your head and your heart, you can never make the wrong decision. And regardless, even if you feel like, you know what, that wasn't the best, didn't work out exactly how I planned it to, it's still a part of the process. It's still a part of your plan, and you still learned from it. Okay? Okay, so I feel like the introspection without overthinking, which I know I'm an earth sign as well, so sometimes that's a little difficult, right? To not overthink things, but to think about it. So just do your best to not overthink it, to maybe evaluate your options, decide, meditate on it, or do whatever your self-care practice is, and connect and receive that guidance, and then go for it. Go for it. Whatever feels good and whatever feels right to you. Just also recognize that it may not just work out perfectly for you, and that is a part of the grand design. You design experiences for yourself to learn and to grow. So just because it doesn't work out 100% the way that you wanted to doesn't mean that it wasn't a valuable experience, doesn't mean that you didn't learn lessons from it, doesn't mean that you made mistakes. It does not mean any of those things. It's just allowing you to see a different perspective, a different reality, and you can decide what is right for you, and you can learn lessons from that. And then as new chapters open, you can take those lessons and apply it and adjust your process and your thinking. Okay? So what else? What else? Thank you. We have the Eight of Cups. Oh, I'm sorry, the Eight of Pentacles here. Okay. So I feel like we should also recognize and appreciate how far you've come. So I feel like some of you may have had a little bit of setbacks here and there, but you still have accomplished so much. Look at all this work that you've done, all this effort that you've put in, all these accomplishments that you've made, and then there's just so much more to come, and you're still continuing to work. Your guides see what you do. They see what you're doing. They see the effort that you're putting in. They see the inspired action that you're taking. They see everything, so they also see the, mishaps, the slip-ups here and there, but they understand in the grand scheme of things, it's all a part of the grand design, and they know that you're making progress, and it's a part of the journey, right? So, also, with this Eight of Pentacles, you may want to take a moment in your reflections to recognize the progress that you've made and be appreciative for that, and also evaluate that, some of your successes, to see what helped you to be successful. What are those things that you did? What were the strategies that you had? What plans did you implement that resulted in success? And then do more of that. Take those plans, take those ideas, take those strategies, and just readjust them for your new goals. Okay? So what else? Because you're so close. You're so close to major accomplishment, major achievements here. You are so close. Okay, what else for Virgo? Okay, so we have Seven of Wands. Okay, yeah, so there's definitely some different strategies or approaches that you can take, different philosophies even that you have. And it could be like just your ideas of what money is and how you work with money and how you connect with money. We know money is an energy, so if you're not as familiar with ulterior esoteric meanings of money, you may want to look that up and research that. Sorry if you saw that. I'm spitting here. But yeah, so definitely there's some different approaches or strategies, philosophies that would be helpful to you and building and continuing to grow your finances. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's coming out right under all of these ideas and avenues that you could take. So look at your approach to things. Okay, what else? And I feel like it's also important to say here, you're connecting with source, you're connecting with your higher self, you listening to your intuition, or how you're going to come about these new ideas. And that's going to help you to connect with the community and your soul family and others that are experienced or have knowledge and wisdom that they can share. That could also help you again with your strategies and philosophies and your ideas that you want to implement. So we also have reclamation with the devil. Okay, so I see you getting like pulled back into some old habits. So that's what we said. Like, yeah, we know it's a little bit up and down here and there. We're seeing that. But if you're able to put those vices aside or allow yourself not to get distracted and stay focused, then it's going to create like major leaps in progress for you. If you're able to do that. Okay. So what else? Okay, thank you. All right, so we have the Five of Pentacles and the Warrior of Cups. So this is the Knight of Cups here. Okay, so I feel like it's going to be important to you to understand that if you do have a little bit of contrast coming up here and some challenges that you may have as it relates to your finances, that it's going to be so important for you to really stay focused on your goals, right? And do what you can to stay aligned with the commitments that you've made to yourself and the goals that you have outlined for yourself to accomplish and achieve. So it's going to be so important for you to stay focused on that and to not allow any contrast, any challenges that come up to completely derail your entire plans. Okay, so I hear this message of you can always get back aligned to your true path. And it's just going to take some strength, some courage, some focus, some commitment to getting back aligned. Okay? But you can do that. And I feel like there is something here with the third eye here. I'm seeing that's definitely open here. So with these different ideas and strategies and philosophies, that connecting and your connection with your higher self and source and intuition is really the answer here. That is the answer. Okay. So your guides are like, yeah, we know what to do. Let us guide you. Let us help you. Okay. So get into those self-care practices. Get back into them. Strengthen them. Do more of them so you can receive those messages. We also have the Nine of Cups here. Wonderful. Okay, so you're on your way to fulfillment financially as well as emotionally. Okay, but there is this period of growth. Okay, so we do see that here. And we do see that that's really dependent on the decisions that you're making and if you allow yourself to get distracted. If you get distracted, it's just going to be a little bit more challenging. You're going to have some additional lessons that you need to learn to get yourself to that fulfilled state. As opposed to if you stay focused, you stay on track, you let go of those distractions, it'll be easier for you. So it's totally up to you. There is no wrong decision or no wrong path. This is all about you and the lessons that you designed and experiences that you designed for yourself to learn. Okay? All right, so let's get some oracles for you, Virgo. What other messages do we have? Stop. It says distractions. Oh my goodness, it says distractions and it's inviting you to get focused. So that is your confirmation right there. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. That is amazing. All right. And then we have career change. Okay, so you may be considering a career in finance, or I feel like also something that's more tech related as well for some of you. But we have finances here, the financial career. We also have a career change. So I feel like this is related to like side hustles or some entrepreneurial work that you may want to do. So you may want to shift focus and shift your plans. And shifting your plans would only be for something that you feel very passionate about and you feel like is your life purpose. So that's what we're talking about here. So if it's feeling like that and it's feeling good to you, then absolutely go for it. Okay, so we have goals here. Okay, yeah, and you're being invited to create a plan for that. Okay, so I feel like you have a plan. I mean, you're a Virgo, duh. You have a plan already. It's just about like getting a little off track, getting a little distracted at times. And so now you're being requested to get back on track, stay on track for some of you, because some of you are on track, but you are having just those moments of like, I really want to go on vacation. I really want to, do this or do that. And you can do those things in balance. You can do those things and you can have it all and you can have whatever you desire, but you are being called to create some balance there because you have goals that you want to accomplish and achieve. So you can do both. You can do everything. Okay, so let's see what else we have for Virgo. All right, so we have time to leave. I'm going to put that here with the career change because I feel like that is what this is related to. So you may want to decide and you may want to consider if there's anything as it relates to like your portfolio, your finances, your budget, or your career path that needs to go. because you're definitely being invited with that devil, and also with this messages here as it relates to transitioning in some way. You're being invited to do that. Do what feels good to you. And if you're over it, it's no longer serving you, then you may want to consider an adjustment. And I would absolutely say when you're ready. I'm not saying like just go and quit your job. I'm not saying that. This is when you're ready in divine timing, and only you know what that divine timing is and what it looks like. So we have a toxic environment. So yeah, that would definitely be a reason to leave and to change course. We have diversify and autonomy. All right, yeah, so I feel like that entrepreneurial spirit is really wanting to come out for many of you. And you have some ideas. You're coming across a lot of ideas, or you have a lot of ideas that you really want to explore. But it's about, what do you feel passionate about doing? Because for some of you, I feel like you just don't have the energy there with so many other things going on. Or you're just not as interested at this time. Okay, so some of you may even be in like a healing or a rest period, where you're just regenerating and replenishing and rejuvenating yourself. And that is okay. You are right where you need to be. And you will do things in divine timing when you're ready. Okay, so we have confirmation as well here that there is some sort of toxic environment that you are working within. So you know that already. So just try to adjust your attitude accordingly, basically. So what I mean by that is saying, like, try not to overreact to things, try not to be as sensitive to things, because you already know what the deal is and you already know what's going on. And it's not about the situation or what others have done to you or what has happened. It's about your response and how you react to it. And that shows the universe what you want and the frequency that you're vibrating on. So then it's going to respond to you based off of that. Okay. So I feel like also with this diversify, that's related to your portfolio and the way that you're saving, your plan that you have, as well as the things that you're doing. So career-wise, as well as financial savings-wise. Okay. All right. So we didn't go over here yet. Let's go here. So what else do we have for Virgo? Okay, so we have fearless expression. So for some of you, I see immediately with this microphone here that you've been thinking about a podcast or creating content, videos, some sort of art, anything that you're sharing with the community and with the world. Do it. Absolutely do it. We also have the master number 55. And excuse me, I'm going to put a video in the description for the master number 55. So if you are interested, you can take a look at that. It'll be just a minute. It's a short. Or you can just go ahead and look it up if you feel called to do that. You can Google it. But yeah, there is some significance there with the master number 55 for you. And then we have choose who you are becoming. I love that, because this is like you entering into a new chapter and getting to decide. Okay, so we already see that things currently aren't working for you, and you have all of these options and you're just trying to decide what is best for you. And this is that confirmation of anything you desire is best for you. Anything you want and desire is best for you. Okay, and we have raw intention. Yes. That is that reconfirmation, I feel, as well. And we have a master number of 22. So this is you, again, deciding what your future looks like, co-creating that with the universe, and really like paying attention to it. Okay, because we know we're always doing that. We create our reality, but this is inviting you to really focus on your intentions, your desires, and not focusing on a specific outcome or having expectations or requirements on the universe for how something should be and be given to you, Virgo, because I know you can be a little structured and, want things to come in order. But this is in inviting you and encouraging you to let go of the outcomes, because that's where you get tied up and mixed up in into things. Stay focused on your intentions, what you desire, and let the universe provide it to you in the way that it feels is best for you. And you are essentially the universe as well, so you'll never go wrong. You will have exactly what you need when you need it. Okay, so like I said, I'm also going to put a link to the video for master number 22 as well. So what else do we have for Virgo? What do we have for? I'll get 5. Alright, so we have mice with discord among friends or family. So yeah, we know that there is this sort of toxic environment. There's some challenge, some contrast that you're dealing with. So as we spoke to that, we know that it's about choosing your attitude and showing the universe who you authentically are, and that you will not be shaken by any of your external circumstances and surroundings. So we have coins with money will be coming to you. All right, so we know that for sure. We have skull with hidden secrets can harm you. And so you may need to have some moments of clarity, and the light will be shining on things. Okay, so this would be things that you also need to recognize and acknowledge as well. So you will do that in the way that's best for you, because nobody can tell you what you need to be doing and how honest you need to be. You know, in connecting with source and yourself, what is the appropriate amount of honesty and information that you should share and provide. You should also always be being honest with yourself, of course, but sometimes it's about, do I need to say this right now versus let me just go ahead and move on. I realize I'm not engaging with this toxic shit right now. I'm just going to move on and, focus on me. So it's kind of like that balance there. So you will know where it is time for you to cut through the bullshit and be open and honest versus okay, this isn't helping me. This isn't helping me grow my coins. This isn't helping me at all. So I'm just going to leave it there. It's just going to cause strife and pain. And then we have lion with time to act. And I feel like that is directly tied to some things that you should be doing as it relates to your finances and your growth in that area. And for some of you, though, I'm also hearing that this is related to your employment situation. So however it fits for you and however it resonates and whatever you feel comfortable with doing. Because I do understand, we know that in certain circumstances and situations, you don't have the ability to confront things. You have to go with the status quo because you need that employment. So we understand that. So whenever you feel ready and whatever you feel is right and appropriate for your situation, you are being guided to do. Okay, so take that inspired action in the way that it fits for you. So we have an older man in dealings or relationships with this person or individual. So that may resonate with you in some way. So I feel like there could also be some soul family as it relates to that. So this individual, and it doesn't have to be a man. It may be a man, but it doesn't have to be. So this person could just have more divine masculine type of energy as well. Okay, but this person could be of help to you in some way, even if it's just allowing you to vent to them and them being support to you, or they could have monetary support for you and invest in you and with you. They could have individuals that you could network with, so they could connect you with others that are like-minded or in the same industry or have the same interests. So it could also be a coach or a mentor. But yeah, this individual or that energy has some good information for you that's going to be helpful to you. So just be on the lookout for that and be open to that. So what else do we have for our Virgos? Okay, so we have your story. So important. And I'm hearing for some of you, you need to write it. Get into that self-care practice, and you may want to start with just journaling, and that may help you to organize what you want to say and how you want to say it, but you're being guided to share your story. So again, do that in whatever way feels best to you and feels right to you. but it is here as confirmation. If you've been thinking about it, definitely get started on it. And I also feel like this is a message of what do you want your future story to look like? How do you want your story to change? Who are you? Because you have that opportunity in every second, every moment to be who you want to be. You're not limited by your past. You're not limited by what you think, your thoughts, your belief systems. You're not limited by that. It can be anyone, anything, anything that you desire. And then we have elevator pitch. So for some of you, it may be important to, I believe the elevator pitches are like, well, this says 20 seconds, but I think they can be up to 30 seconds. So you may want to develop that. You may want to have that on hand. So I see like some of you doing lives. So you may want to have that ready for when you're doing your live. You can just promote that. Or you may be going out into some sort of event or into the community, and you may want to have that ready. Or you may even be coming across someone who is powerful and has the ability to support you in some way. And you're going to need to have that elevator pitch ready. Okay. And the elevator pitch, you're being invited to consider what are the main things people care to know about your business, and who can you practice pitching to and get good feedback from. So those are some questions that you may want to consider. I also see the master number 11, so I'm going to put a video for that as well. So we have 11, 55, and 22 that I'm going to put a short, so it'll be less than 60 seconds video, or you can just go ahead and Google it if you feel called to do so. All right, so let's close out with a couple final messages here. So we have, if you need to break the rules, do it with conviction to make a difference. Yes, we spoke to that and speaking up, and you will do that when you're ready in your own time. So we have explore the possibilities. We know we saw that Seven of Cups come up with there's so many options and opportunities available to you. The world is your oyster. There are no limits. It's just about you and what you decide to do and taking that inspired action toward it. And then we have you're on a journey of discovering your life purpose. Wonderful, wonderful, because that is the perfect way to end this, because we know that, and that is what we're speaking about here. That is what's coming out, right? No limits, and you can do anything that you desire. All right, Virgo, so those are the messages I have for you. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment to let me know how this resonates. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and we'll talk soon.